Well, hi everybody, we're back. We'll see if we can keep this one a little bit shorter. I wanted to go over today the different masks that I have and protection, respiratory protection, and it's an evolving scenario. I think ultimately where I'm headed once the 2x72 and the router duplicator swing into action, I'm going to be going with a full face with an air supply on the belt. But for now, with the dust that I'm generating in this shop, I have various different things. Also includes paint fumes, measured in VOC, volatile organic compounds. A dust mask, something designed for dust, is not going to do any kind of filtration on fumes, welding fumes, paint fumes, glue fumes, that. So there is a distinction. Guess it's the government standard, NIOSH. I'm not exactly sure. Somebody leave it in the comments what it stands for. But when you buy something that you're going to protect your lungs with, you want to make sure that the mask conforms to the specifications that are set out for whatever it's supposed to protect you from. This one is, I've been using this since the late 80s, early 90s. This is to protect against paint fumes, and it will protect you against dust, but you're kind of wasting your cartridges and your pre-filters, and it's going to be harder to breathe. It's not impossible, and it has all the vents in the right places to help you not sweat and fog up your glasses and all that stuff. I'm sure we've all seen the N95 just white masks, and they come in two different styles, without a airport and with an airport. It's worth spending the money on the little plastic airport that's on the front, because it's just more comfortable and you don't seem to sweat as much. I'll throw up a picture of those. I don't have any of those right now because I just don't use them. When I'm doing dust, I either have this, which is a dedicated dust mask. You can see the filters. It doesn't really have any pre-filters. I don't know if I can get this off. Oh shoot, did I just bust it? No, I didn't. But you can see, I can't really get that off right now, but can you see the pleated filter? And then on the inside, there's another type of matrix backing that up. So it's really good filtration. Draga, it's I guess made by a German company. And it's adequate. I don't know how many microns it filters to, but it does have the NIOSH specification on it, so it is made to a standard. Basically, if it's a mask and it does not have the NIOSH stamp on it, I'd pass. Is it going to be better than nothing? Absolutely. But you don't want a false sense of security. Then I have, and we've all seen these, Is this better than nothing? Barely. That's really not something that you would want to use in a massive dust situation. It's just light protection. This is the next thing. This is sort of the economy, even though this was almost $400. This is it's got an air supply. The filters are in the top, and it disperses clean air on the inside. So I can wear my glasses, my head is covered, I can wear hearing protection. It has a shroud that conforms to your neck. Probably wouldn't be good if you had a beard, and incidentally, having beard or heavy whiskers, that's a problem. You're not going to get a good seal. And the way you test whether you've got a good seal or not is you put the mask on and strap it up, and you cover the pre-filters, and you inhale, and if you're feeling suction all the way around the mask, then you've got a good seal. You can even, when I was doing a lot of painting back in the late 80s and early 90s, I would even just moisten this a little bit to just get kind of a better seal. Over the course of a day, this does get uncomfortable, as does this. They're not the most comfortable thing. And like I said, I am headed towards a full face with an air supply, and those are quite expensive. You're looking used, I think we're in the $600 range, and I think brand new, like a nice 3M, is probably over in upwards of $1,000, a little less or more. But that's where things are headed. I just got this thing because when I saw Johnny's situation when he sent me the videos of his shop in its condition.
Yeah. The cleanup has begun. First pile. Yeah. That's about 4 foot across and about a foot deep. Yeah. And I haven't even started up here. Yeah. It's time to get that up. Just break out the shop vac. Get a mask on. I'll be back. Y'all stay tuned. I'm working on it.
He posted that video. Incidentally, go see John Arnett's Ways on YouTube. And the thing that I like about it is his video was it's honest. It's super honest, and he's like, I did this, and I had a problem, and here's my problem, and I want you guys to avoid that. And I think that's where he and I are coming from with this. What his situation made me realize is, even though I have dust collection, that does not, there's still stuff that I can't see floating around. And even though I have air purification, I wanted to try something else to augment what's going on in here, even while I'm just doing routine things in here and really not making a huge mess. Because the thing that you got to realize is, if you're making a mess and you've got your mask on and you're protecting yourself while you're doing your task, your body, your clothes, your hair, your head, everything is, you're taking on dust. It's going to sit on you. Depending on how much, the duration of what you're doing, the minute you take that mask off and you start walking around, you're creating a little cloud of dust that you can't necessarily see. Your glasses will pick it up, but I am going to try this I read the reviews on it. It is an RZ F1 standard mask. These are built for comfort. They have diaphragms on the inside. They have these filters, and there's different types of filters, and you can actually get, these are for dust, and they're carbon fiber, and let's see, what are we down to? It is the filters, the mask itself doesn't say it, but the filters do say they are NIOSH compliant, and they're built to the NIOSH standards. Made in China, designed in the US, made in China. Conforms to NIOSH N99, which is a step above what they were wanting you to wear during the vid. It says the F1 offers an amazing 99% filter efficiency rating against particles as small as 0.1 micron. Put this into perspective, wood smoke particles are typically greater than 0.2 microns. The outer layer is capable of trapping particulates down to 0.1 micron, and the inner layer of carbon is effective against fume and odor. So this is a very decent thing. If I was going to be spraying all day, I would probably go for this. And check out Johnny's channel. He just bought a brand new full face, which basically has this on the inside and covers your face. But remember, there's got to be some delousing after you're done, even if it's you with your mask on and taking some compressed air and basically dusting yourself off. And then there's another thing, which I'm gonna go run out to the van and grab it, and I'll be right back. We're back. Getting back to an environment where you have heavy dust, and you can't control the environment very well. Outside, inside doesn't really matter. Say you're in an attic and you're working and you've got insulation from the 60s, and it's basically gray or heading towards being black because of condensation and just being there a long time. I recommend these Tyvek bodysuits. This has a hood. I don't like the hood because I tend to rip them out. I'd go a size larger, because if you bend over and if it fits just right and you bend over, you're gonna split your butt out. But this will protect your clothes, and with a mask, you're really gonna be in good shape. And when you're done, if you spray yourself off with compressed air and you unzip, throw it away, and if you don't rip it, you might be able to reuse it for the day. At the end of the day, I would definitely throw this away. They're made to be thrown away. But it's a way, especially if you're working and you're in a crappy environment and then you have to go inside somebody's house, that's great. Use them for spraying paint in like a commercial environment, like spraying out an apartment or something like that. Just creating a nice big cloud of something that's going to be hanging in, and you're going to be working for an hour or so at a time. All of this stuff is really meant to work together, like in this shop. The masks and the dust collection and the covering, just coverage in general, is all meant to work together. You don't always get all of those situations or those, what am I trying to say here? You don't always get everything you want. So you kind of have to figure out what you're gonna have, how well you can control the environment. If you can't, then you have to take certain measures. If you can, then you can take certain measures as well. Getting back to this RZ mask, I'm gonna start wearing this while I'm working here in the shop, even while I have dust collection. when I'm running this table saw, which is all this stuff is sitting on, I still have, even though I have dust collection with all of the dust going down, there's still some that comes up through the blade guard. That's going to be taken care of by an overarm suction, but I don't have it right now. So especially when you're cutting all day, you have to look at the duration of the job, how long you're going to be doing it. The more you're doing it, the bigger the mess. Anyway, I know I've left something out. This is just what I do. You just kind of have to develop your own system. There's tons of information on YouTube that's more specific and more scientific, and I guess people that are can talk about OSHA. Although I did take my back in the day, I took the OSHA classes. There really wasn't a whole lot of talk about respiratory protection. Of course, this was before the lead paint really became a thing. Now there's lead abatement and all kinds of stuff. And basically, if you're a carpenter and you run into lead, you got to stop and let an abatement team come in and create, and they do the same thing. If you look up on YouTube, if you look up a lead abatement company and watch that, you're going to see them doing that to a T, making plastic bubbles, dealing with contaminated material, personal protection out the yang. They have these Tyvek suits. They have a little airlock. I mean, it's very, very, very specific. You have to be trained and certified in lead abatement. So, but none of this, you have to be certified. I would just buy the best you can buy. Like all of this, I would buy the best you could buy, and then some. It stung quite a bit buying this big dust collector, but I'm so glad I did. It has solved so many problems, even though I've got hoses running everywhere. Once I get that big duct in, it's gonna be a lot better. So anyway, I'm gonna stop it here. I'm trying to get smaller with more information. I hope this helps. We'll do an update on this guy. I'm pretty excited. This is supposed to be comfortable and not fog your glasses up. It's kind of a hybrid between an N95, like a 3M N95 mask, and a respirator. It does have diaphragms on the inside. You can buy extra diaphragms. It came with a strap extension. I should have ordered a large. I ordered a medium, but I think the medium's going to work. We'll see. It's $35. I think that's great. Oh, and it's washable. So that's a plus too. With just the regular dust masks, you know, when you're creating really harsh environments with dust and whatnot, going through masks is expensive. It really is. And, you know, I can see the point of an employer, you know, having, I think a box of 3M, which is a very reputable company for respiratory protection. There's lots of different companies, but as long as you have the NIOSH printed on the filter or the mask or whatever, you're in good shape. So I hope everybody's doing well. Happy Friday. Let's stay safe. Let's keep our lungs protected. I got to thinking, just one last thing. I got to thinking about the different parts of safety, the hearing protection, the eye protection, protecting your body, having a first aid kit and an eye wash. You know, I think respiratory protection is the most important. I mean, obviously you want to be safe in all aspects, but if you damage your lungs, it's not going to be pretty when you get older. And you can, even in a high dust situation, you can, just by irritation, it's not necessarily an allergy. My allergist said there's a difference between an irritation and an allergy. And he's like, we test you for allergies, so we know if you're allergic. But an irritation, you can cause a respiratory spasm in your lungs by taking on too much dust. So anyway, have a good day. I hope everybody's doing well, and we'll see you on the next one.